Today's letter is Q. Hey there, readers. Welcome to another reading lesson with Miss Odell on Wilt, What I Learned Today. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube page so you can continue to learn the alphabet and the letter sounds with me. We're working on the letter Q today. Q makes the sound qu, qu, qu. Can you say qu, qu, qu? Our motion for the qu sound that Q makes is like we are putting a crown on our head, like a qu, qu, queen. That reminds me. This is my friend Quintasia, and Quintasia, as you can see, is a queen. To make the sound qu, you'll need to open your mouth just a little, but keep your tongue in the middle, back there. You're going to lower your tongue, and as you lower it, you're going to let out a puff of air. Qu. And as you let out that puff of air, push your lips out and make your mouth open wider. Qu. Qu. Are you ready to learn Q in sign language? Take your hand, fold these 3 fingers down. You almost have an L with these 2 fingers, your pointer and your thumb, and make it go downward. This is the sign qu. Qu, qu, qu. Capital Q, lowercase q. Question starts with Q. Let me tell you a secret about Q. Q is always paired up with U. Q, U always go together. And together they make the sound qu. Qu, qu, qu. Are you ready for some questions after today's poem and today's story? Qu, qu, questions starts with Q and its best friend that always goes together, U. Let's write the letter Q. Capital Q is a big circle with a line on the right side. Lowercase q is a little circle. The line goes down on the right side and curls up at the end. Q. After today's short reading, we're going to talk with the Queen about our questions. Number 1, what is a quilt used for? Number 2, what is a quest? As I read, remember to put on your queen crown each time you hear the qu, qu, qu sound. Queen quail. If you have a quarter, you can get a quick look at the queen quail. She is working quietly on her quilt. If you pay another quarter, you can ask her a question, but then she will send you on a quest to find more patches for her quilt. Hi, I'm Queen Quintasia. This is a quilt. A quilt is used to cover up. It's like a blanket. A special blanket made out of many different patches or pieces of squares. A quest is an adventure. It might be a journey that you go on looking for something special. It can be a big challenge. Today we're reading The Quiet Quail by Heather Fieldman, illustrated by Rusty Fletcher. Make sure you answer some questions with us after the story. Quincy is a quiet quail. He likes to do quiet things. Quincy likes to snuggle with his favorite quilt and listen to the quiet pitter-pat of the rain. Quincy likes to sit quietly and read. Quincy likes to take quiet walks. Sometimes on his quiet walks, Quincy meets his friend, Dottie Duck. Dottie is not very quiet. In fact, Dottie is quite loud. Quack, quack, quack! Hi, Quincy! Quack, quack! Shouts Dottie. Hello, Dottie. whispers the quiet quail. Quincy and Dottie sit in the park. Quack, 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 shouts Dottie. What a beautiful day! Quack, quack. Dottie quacks and quacks till Quincy's head hurts. Dottie, please quit quacking, says Quincy. But Dottie is quacking so loudly she does not hear the quiet quail. Quincy decides to go for a swim to drown out Dottie's quacking. He spreads his quilt on the grass and jumps in the pond. Look, another quilt! Suddenly, Queenie, the dog, trots by. She grabs Quincy's quilt and runs away. My quilt! Cried Quincy. Someone stop Queenie! But Quincy's voice is too quiet. No one hears him. Queenie runs right past Dottie. That's Quincy's quilt! Quacks Dottie. Catch Queenie quick! The other animals hear Dottie's loud quacking. They chase Queenie. Queenie is quick, but the other animals are quicker. They snatch Quincy's quilt from Queenie's teeth. They give the quilt back to Quincy. Take a look at the illustration, the picture. How is Quincy feeling? What about Dottie Duck and all of the other friends? Quincy thanks all of the animals for rescuing her quilt, especially Dottie. Your loud quacking saved the day, Quincy tells Dottie, and for once, the quiet quail is happy to have such a noisy friend. Let's do some questions in thinking about our story today. In the beginning of the story, what was Quincy Quail like? Right, very quiet. What about Quincy's Quail's friend? Dottie the duck was really, really loud. How did Quincy feel about that during the beginning of the story and even in the middle? You're right, Quincy didn't like having such a loud friend. So, what was the problem in the story? Queenie took Quincy's quilt, right? Was Quincy able to ask for help? Right, Quincy's friends couldn't hear him asking for help until, quack, quack, get Quincy's quilt quick. Dottie came yelling, and then they were able to stop Queenie and get the quilt back. How was Quincy feeling about his loud friend at the end of the story? Thank you for reading and thinking very critically about the story to answer some questions. It always will increase your comprehension, your understanding of the story, if you retell what happened in the story or answer some questions about it when you're finished reading or listening. Also, I'm sure you've noticed, I always have my pointer when I'm reading because I am finger tracking each word. So if I skip one, I can go back and reread it. I might even go back and restart that sentence if I make a mistake.
Q is for quail and a quill for your bed. Q is for queen with a crown on her head. Q is for quack and a quarter to spend. Q is for a quarrel you have with a friend. Hooray for Q, big and small, the quaintiest, quirkiest letter of all.
Thanks for watching and learning with me about the letter Q. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you.